Homeowners need to read their mail from their lenders. Countrywide cut off lines of equity credit a week ago to tens of thousands of homeowners, but many of them are just now finding out. Fox 6 News investigative reporter John Mattis has more.
What are they doing to the consumers?
Housing advocate Faith Batista is asking that about Countrywide, which on January 25th shut off lines of credit to 122,000 customers.
122,000 in one day?
Homeowners had been sold refinancing with home equity lines of credit, giving them checks to draw on, but no more.
How nice of them to issue me checks that I can write checks out of. It's like giving me a candy, and I love the candy, and you just get it out from my mouth.
While other banks have also closed lines of credit, what distresses consumers is how Countrywide did it. They froze accounts on January 25th, but sent out letters days later, in some cases, many days later. One consumer Fox 6 spoke to got the letter 4 days later.
No decent bank would do something like that.
So consumers could have bounced checks for days without knowing, as Countrywide didn't call or take out ads to alert consumers that their accounts had been frozen.
There's no more conscience there. There's no more guilt feelings there anymore. There's no more sense of responsibility, the compassion. That's all gone.
As for Countrywide, they're not talking to the press, but we did find a statement about the letters on their website. The statement is buried on their website. It says, quote, Countrywide is reviewing home equity lines, and the analysis may result in suspending borrowers' future credit. Customers will be notified by mail. But why not alert consumers with calls?
It's so easy. I mean, I come home, I get an answering machine. You know, my daughter missed school. It's automated.
The shock's spreading. Already blogs are asking, did it really happen? Message boards around the country announcing, quote, Countrywide just froze my home equity line. Faith, meanwhile, asks,
when are they going to stop?
John Mattis, Fox 6 News.
If you are a Countrywide homeowner and you were cut off, we would like to hear from you. Log on to fox6.com and click on Viewer Feedback to send us an email about your experience.
More and more homeowners are in danger of foreclosure. Some are so frustrated they held a protest today outside the offices of one of the major lenders. Fox 6's Eric Collins joins us live from the newsroom with all the details. Eric?
Belinda, those homeowners are asking lenders to help keep their low-interest mortgages from adjusting to higher, unaffordable rates. Their wish may be granted. Some of the nation's top lenders are introducing a new program to help borrowers keep their homes. But some consumer advocates are suspicious.
Save our homes!
Dozens of protesters rally outside the Countrywide Financial offices in Mission Valley. They're demanding the nation's largest mortgage lender do more to stop an alarming increase in foreclosures.
Create a new loan and save our home.
Kim White is the chairman of the Mabuhay Alliance, a nonprofit group that organized this demonstration in order to pressure lenders to stop foreclosure proceedings on thousands of homes.
This right now is a economic disaster on a national scale.
But there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. Governor Schwarzenegger and 4 major subprime lenders just announced a plan to help desperate borrowers. Under the plan, some borrowers would be able to keep those initial low-interest loans from adjusting to unaffordable rates.
We're very, very suspect.
And Kim says she will remain skeptical until she actually sees some of the lenders help these homeowners.
It needs to be transparent and very visible.
We just hope that the governor and these lenders can make sure it's water and not a mirage.
Sue Reynolds is the president of the nonprofit Community Housing Works. She's cautiously optimistic about the new plan, a plan that would help homeowners simplify the often difficult process in getting a loan modified.
We hear over and over again that the lenders are not willing to speak to you until you've missed a payment or in trouble, and then they can't speak to you because you've missed a payment or in trouble.
Consumer advocates like the Center for Responsible Lending are signing off on the proposal, but they believe it won't be effective unless more and more lenders join the effort.
I'm hoping that there will be growing pressure put on and more lenders will adopt much more of this kind of wholesale systematic approach rather than the one-by-one labor-intensive negotiations that have been happening so far.
In order to qualify for this program, borrowers have to show they've made their payments on time, and they have to prove they can't afford the new payments under the higher interest rate. For more information on the lenders offering this program, just go to our website at fox6.com and click the link Hot Topics. In the newsroom tonight, Eric Collins, Fox 6 News.
Federal regulators are close to announcing a deal that could prevent thousands of foreclosures. Fox 6 reporter Eric Collins joins us now with details on a plan to temporarily freeze interest rates. Eric?
Well, Linda, the Treasury Department has convinced some of the nation's top lenders to keep interest rates at their low introductory levels. Now, let's hope this plan works. 500,000 Californians have subprime loans set to adjust in the next 2 years.
Scary, because I know I'm going to lose my house. I don't want to lose my house.
Nancy Ignacio is on pins and needles. The mortgage on her Mira Mesa home could skyrocket from $1,800 to $4,300 a month. Blame it on a subprime loan that's about to adjust.
I don't sleep at night. I sleep 4 hours, really.
But Nancy may soon see some shut-eye. Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson says his department has worked out a deal with the top mortgage lenders who've agreed to temporarily freeze their interest rates to stop the rising tide of foreclosures.
That would be great. That would help me out because of the economy.
It's a must. It's a must. People will have no homes by Christmas.
Faith Bautista is the executive director of the Mabuhay Alliance, a nonprofit group that's trying to help people like Nancy. Faith just returned from Washington, where she pressured federal regulators to take action.
We don't want happy talks. We don't want promises. People are losing homes. Fix it now.
Although lenders have promised to keep some rates at their introductory levels, no one knows how long the freeze will last. Regulators want 5 to 7 years. Some lenders are calling for a 2-year cap. Faith just wants to make sure lenders keep their promise.
If you're helping 30 people, give us the report. Show it to us that you've done it. There's a lot of disparity gap between what financial institutions are saying and what's really going out on the street.
Lenders could sign off on this deal by the end of the week. In order to qualify, borrowers must show they haven't missed any payments, and they have to prove they can't make future payments if their rate increases. Now, there's a free workshop this weekend to help anxious homeowners. For more information, just go to our website at fox6.com and click the link Hot Topics. Mark?
More trouble tonight for the nation's largest mortgage lender. California and Illinois are suing Countrywide Financial for allegedly luring borrowers into risky loans they could not repay. Eric Collins joins us live from the newsroom now with local reaction to these lawsuits. Eric?
Well, Jeff, for months, local consumer groups have rallied against Countrywide for allegedly failing to help troubled borrowers. Tonight, they're pleased about those lawsuits, but they wonder if homeowners will ever receive restitution.
Truth needs to come out.
Kathy Villalobos is ecstatic California is suing Countrywide Financial. She says the mortgage giant kept her in a fraudulent loan and then failed to rectify the situation.
They saw it happen, they saw the papers that were written, and Countrywide was continually allowing violations to go on.
She says she repeatedly tried to get a new loan, but she claims the nation's largest lender ignored her requests.
For many, many, many months, they didn't return phone calls, and I find that appalling.
The damage done by Countrywide is enormous. It ripples through Wall Street and Main Street.
That's why Jerry Brown, California's Attorney General, is seeking restitution from Countrywide. He claims the troubled company pushed clients into risky, confusing loans.
Rushing people through and not emphasizing the fact that a 1 or 2% loan was only for a few months and would entail enormous fees and payments over the ensuing years.
They knew it. You know, they're the expert of this. The borrowers really have no idea what they were signing.
Faith Bautista is the executive director of the Mabuhay Alliance.
Save our homes!
A nonprofit consumer group that holds demonstrations outside Countrywide's offices in Mission Valley. Faith says 80% of her disgruntled clients have Countrywide mortgages. She gave their names to the Attorney General, and she's pleased he's taking action, but she worries some borrowers will never see justice.
Consumers will still not be helped, even though they had no fault whatsoever.
Countrywide did not return our phone calls for comment. These new lawsuits are filed on the same day Bank of America announced plans it wants to take over Countrywide. Jerry Brown says he wanted to file California's lawsuit before that takeover was finalized because he believes it will help the state's position. Heather?
Eric, thank you so much for that. Meanwhile, home prices in San Diego County have dropped dramatically over the past year, and home sales are also down. According to the California Association of Realtors, prices dropped 27% last month compared to May 2007. That organization puts the current median price home at $446,000. But DataQuick Information Systems, which tracks all home sales in the county, puts the median price much lower at $300,000.